Hi, good morning, everyone. Carrie Scroggins down in Texas on this Friday, TGIF. Hope you've had a productive week. Thanks for stopping in this morning while we get our war paint on and get ready for our Friday. Fridays for me are a day that I really try to get as much done as possible before 2 o'clock. Seems like in our society today now, everything shuts down on a Friday, so I've got to run and do as much as I can Friday mornings to make sure that if there's something that has to get out, I can get it out before all the business is closed down. So grab your favorite drink. I am drinking my trusty iced coffee, as you all know. And I am, as you can also see, wearing black today, so we're going to black and pink. So we're going to use a pink palette today. And I am working right now on my moisturizers and my color correctors. Get my skin all prepped for my foundation. As I say just about every day that I do these videos, thank you for joining me, by the way. I know you have a choice, and I appreciate that you stop in with me while we get ready on this overcast, kind of chilly morning here in Houston, but it's not raining, so that's a good thing. Just to thank everybody, I've had a couple of comments again last night, checking on my husband and his recovery from surgery, and he is doing remarkably well. Our healthcare system is not an easy system to work through, as we've talked about many times before, and there's a lot of frustration and annoyance that goes on in our industry, in this industry, but the alternative is probably not what we want, meaning if you've done any research, you know that most of the other Western cultures, Australia, Canada, England, most of Europe, is in a socialized medical system. And in that socialized medical system, you don't have a choice. You have to wait until you're approved for things. And so as frustrating as our system is, it is still our system, and we still control what we can still control. A lot of it, we're losing that control to insurance companies and doctors making decisions about patient care when they've never met the patient. They're not even in the same state. But the alternative is just not something that I think any of us really want to consider. So, what am I working with here? Okay, I have put on my e.l.f. primer. It's my hydrating 24-hour e.l.f. primer. And my CoverGirl skin corrector, moisturizer, and primer. Got those on. Prep the skin for your foundation or your tinted moisturizer, or for whatever it is that you're going to be using as the base product for your face. I'm sorry about that. Let me turn that off. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's get that all blended in here. If you're just joining me this week, I have started a new product. It is Haus Labs foundation. If you don't know anything about Haus Labs is Lady Gaga's makeup line. And I must say, I've heard a lot of good things about it. It took me a long time to get around to it. I don't know why. I just had product and I didn't want to spend money on a product that I didn't need. And then I was running out and thought, well, maybe I'll try it now. And I have a coupon system at Sephora, and so there was a big sale, and I thought, well, let's just try it now. because I saved about $12 off the full bottle of her foundation. And I must say, this foundation is remarkable. First of all, there are so many colors that you get a perfect match. For me, my color and what I'm using is truly a perfect match to my skin. And I can't say that about any other foundation that it comes to mind that is truly a match to my natural skin tone. It even has a tendency to pick up the pink shimmer in my skin tones. I do have some pink underlying tones in my skin, and it does pick those up. But what I love the most about this foundation is it is so incredibly lightweight. It doesn't feel like foundation, first of all. It feels like just a moisturizer, but it gives unbelievable coverage. It's like a full, like a foundation that provides this full coverage, and it's not. It feels like I said, it feels like a tinted moisturizer, and it breathes, and it is lightweight, but yet it gives you this unbelievable coverage for such a liquidy, I don't want to say thin, but it's definitely a looser consistency than some of the other foundations that I've tried. It's not a mousse either. The packaging is just really classical. It's got a nice pump on it, and you do not need much. As you can see, I used 5 little dots on my face, and I used a brush to blend it in, and then I put my my Revlon, it's a matte foundation, so it's going to dry matte, and my matte concealer on. Those two in combination work really good for me because I do get a very dried porcelain type finish, which is my preference. I'm going to let that dry for just a second. Grab a drink. Alright. Now, to seal up my foundation, I'm using my Laura Mercier pink loose powder. And I'm going to start underneath my eyes with the powder. You're going to get fallout on your clothes when you use this powder, so just know that going into it, but it'll just wipe right off. I like the loose powders because you have a little bit more control over the amount that you need on your powder puffs. I'm going to just take the rest and get a really good seal on that foundation, that liquid product. Make sure you don't forget your chin as you're working through and down your face. I start on the eyes because sometimes with me, especially I have very sensitive skin, so sometimes when you start a new product, or at least I start a new product, I can get a little bit of weepiness in my eyes at first for the first week or so, and so I do start with that loose powder under there just in case I do have some weepy tear duct stuff going on, but I don't. I've been using it now for about a week, and this is remarkable. So now all I have on at this point is my primers, my moisturizers, my color corrector, my foundation, Haus Labs, and my Revlon concealer. And my complexion is completely uniform. There's no splotches, there's no discoloration. You can't even see my dark spot right here, and some that I have up here. The foundation is just remarkable. I would encourage you to try it if you're in the market for a new foundation and you want one that's lightweight, that's gonna let your skin breathe. This one is definitely for you. And I think the price point on it is like $35 to $40 if I'm remembering correctly. All right, now I'm going to come in. I'm going to start with my outlining my brows. I'm using an e.l.f. brow pencil, and what I'm doing is I'm just taking the pencil and I'm outlining the brow based upon the natural shape of my brows, and then I'm using the pencil to color the brow in. Start at the front and work to the tail. For me, that is a easier transition than starting from the tail of the brow and working to the front. If I start at the back, I don't always get my brows to look straight. But if I start here at the front and work that way, I have a better chance of having a straight, even brow. Doing the same on this side, just coming over and outlining, and then going to the front, filling in the front. You don't need much. That's the great thing about e.l.f. products, is their formulas are really good in that you don't have to use a ton of it. And then let's see, yep, that looks pretty even now. Fix the front here a little bit. Alright, then on the end of this, there's a spoolie. And I would just take the spoolie and then softly go up and brush through your hairs of your brows. And I missed, this is the nice thing about using the spoolie then, is it's going to show you in any area that you might have missed in your brow, and I did miss some right here. I have one brow that is thicker than the other, and then I'm coming in with my brow setting product, and just brushing that through my brows so they stand up. This is like a hairspray for your brows. Just coats and locks those brows in place for the day. Also see that I missed a little bit over in this side. Just right here. Look at that. All right. Done. So I am using a pink palette today, and this I got through Shein, and I've been really impressed with the Shein products that you can buy from them, the discounted makeup products. I really have been stunned at how good the products are and how long the formulas are lasting. You know, when you buy discounted products, a lot of times what happens is you get makeup that doesn't last and you've got to constantly touch it up. I haven't found that to be the case, which is truly amazing for $3 and $4 palettes. This one, the name of it is Dikalu, and it is this really pretty pink mauve taupe neutral palette. There are two shimmers in it, this shimmer here and this shimmer over here. So today we're going to be using all along the top line here, all of these pinks and mauves for my eyeshadow. So we're going to start with that big palette right here. This one in this, at the end here, this big square. And we're going to take that, load up your brush, and it's going to go on the entire eye socket. It's a very pretty soft pink mauve type matte color, very neutral, very feminine, because I don't like really harsh, especially for during the day. Alright, so we've got that in all over. Then we're going to come in with the darker pink. We're going to put that in the transition area right here, right under the large bone in my eye socket. We're going to carry it up onto that bone. By doing that, you are actually I'm actually extending the eye socket, making the eye socket look bigger and open. Because what I'm doing is I'm taking away, or I'm accentuating the color on my lid to contrast the color of my eye pupil, which is obviously very dark brown. Alright, let's put a little bit more on this side. Looks all even. Now I'm going to come in with the really pretty soft pink shimmer. And that is going to go all in this corner here. I need another brush. Just load it up onto your fluffy brush. And then you're going to get fallout here from this, because this is definitely a large shimmer. What I mean by that is the flakes are pretty large in this shimmer, so you are going to get fallout with this one. And I'm just putting that in the corner here. And we're going to put a little bit up underneath the brow bone. It's a very pretty shimmer, just nice and feminine and pink. Then we're going to take the mauve colors, I'm sorry, not the mauve, the neutral taupe colors, and we're going to blend all three of those together for the outline color of my lower lid and the upper lid. We're going to mix those together and then soften the brown with the other two colors. Do have fallout from this palette, which is normal. You know, what can you expect? It's a $4 palette. You're going to get some fallout, but it's not bad. I'll show you how to deal with the fallout here in just a second. And then I'm just taking this darker color and I'm running it along the upper and lower lash lines to outline the natural shape of my eye socket itself, the eyeball. Alright, to pick up your fallout, grab what I use anyways, and you don't have to, but this works really well for me. Get a triangular powder puff. I use Revlon's Color Stay 24-hour powder in a compress. I've always used this. I've used it for over 20 years. It's my go-to. And then I just start in the corner under most of my eye, and I dab, and then I swipe. So what I'm doing then is I'm making sure that my under eye is nice and bright in the corner, and then I'm just sweeping away any of that eyeshadow that falls out as I'm applying it. And I'm going to fix this up here. There's a little bit of, yeah. To fix that. I just wiped that away. Alright. Great thing about makeup is if you make a mistake or you need to correct, it's pretty easy to do that. You know, makeup is not something you put it on and you can never get it off. So if you make a mistake, just get a powder puff, a clean one, and dampen it, and then wipe it off and reapply to the areas that you need to reapply. It's not something that's going to mess up your entire process. Just go to those areas that you have a problem. Like right here, I've got to fix this right here because I've got I didn't blend that real well right there this morning, and so it sort of got all stuck there. So I'm just going to come back over with the powder puff and reset it. Alright, then I'm just noticing I'm going to take a really triangular ended brush. I'm going to dip it down into that darkest brown in the palette, and we're going to just come up to the eye socket right where your eyeball, the top of your eyeball. If you put that little brush on the top of your eyeball and feel your eyeball with the brush, then just pat that darker color right there into that crease, and you'll get a very pretty, you will make your eye have depth. That's what I'm trying to say there. So just take your brush, put it on the top of your eyeball, slightly, softly, don't jab it in there, and then just tap that color, that darker color, right in there to that crease. And you get this beautiful accentuating of your eye. And what that does then is it opens your eye up. So vertically, it opens your eye up this way towards your brow bone, and then it actually extends your eye horizontally out to your temple by doing that, because what you're doing is you're adding a color that accentuates the corner shape of your eyes, so it's extending out this way. This really helps if you've got hooded eyes. Alright. Very nice. Now, what is next? Our Milani contour powder. That is impossible to open. I don't know why this won't open on its own. I have to use a metal device to get it open. And I forgot my brush. Where's my brush? With contour powder, as I've said before, you want to go up, right? So you want to go up on your cheek. You don't want to point it down. You want it to go up. So as you can see, this big bone that I have right here, what I'm doing is I'm accentuating the top part of that, and then what that does is I transition it up into my temple. So you get this little half a horseshoe right here, or half a moon, and then that accentuates your cheekbone. So you can actually tell now but the difference when you look from here to here. Do the same thing on this side. We're going up, remember. We're not pointing it down. Point it down, it makes your skin look like it's drooping. You want it to always go up. Take it up into your temple, and then you can see here. There's a difference between here and here. Then do the same thing down here on your jawline. You do not need much down here. And then make sure you take your brush and you extend that down under your chin down onto your neck. Blend it really well. You don't want to see a dark line here. All you want to see is just this soft shadow. Then we are going to take Tarte blush. This is Tarte. The name of it is Energy. It really is the best dupe that I have found for Christian Dior's Rosy Backstage Pink. It is a dupe. The Christian Dior product, I think, is about $65, and I believe this one is $35. So you're saving, almost 50% by using this dupe. It's extremely close to that color. It is also a matte blush, which, of course, I like anything that is matte in nature. All right, then we're going to come in with our Haus Labs lipstick. This one is matte mauve. And just follow the outline of your lip. All right. These lip pencils are very easy to work with. You definitely can control the color by the tip of the pencil. It's very easy to work with, and the colors are great. I have been wearing them for a couple of days, and really the only time I've had to do any sort of touch-up is after I've had food, and that's with any product. You're never going to get away with that. Get away from that. And then on the top of that, we're going to put a gloss, just to get a little bit of shimmer. And this one is Tarte Lip Plump, and the color is Pink Shimmer Glass. Not sure that the hype on this one has really been warranted. It's a nice product, but I think for what it does, if you compare it to, for example, the Physicians Formula Gloss, which is almost 60% cheaper than this one, I think you can do better with the price. It's a nice product. It lasts all day. It definitely gives you the shimmer. It definitely has a plumping effect, but I just think that it is a little bit overpriced for the average, especially if you're just new to makeup and you're looking for a gloss that goes over your lipstick. I think there's other products on the market that you can definitely get the same look and not have to spend $24 on it. Okay, so now I'm coming in and I'm going to be curling my lashes. For me, this is a must. I have to curl my lashes because they are incredibly fair. Can't see them when you just look at them without mascara, and they are straight. I mean straight. If I don't curl them, and even if I put mascara on them, you still can't see them. I have to curl my lashes every day. If I don't, it doesn't matter about the mascara. You're still not going to see them. So, and I'm using this new Benefit mascara that I am really excited about. It's a wonderful product. I love the wand. It is a hard bristled small wand, and for me that is the best type of wand because what it allows you to do is get to the very bottom or the root of your lash where you have just curled your lash. So we are using the mascara formula and product to lock in the curl of that lash, and for me it lasts all day. I do not have to recurl my lashes. Now, I might recurl them just if I'm going out to dinner with my husband and we're going somewhere for dinner and I just want to touch up, then I might come back in and I might recurl them. But that's very, very few and far between because the mascara just does the trick. It locks that curl in for me. So I start at the bottom and I work my way up. And I'm allowing the wand to brush, separate, and coat each individual lash. And in my opinion, the smaller the wand head, and the harder that head is, the better separation and coverage you're going to get from your mascara. Because it allows the wand to comb, separate, and coat each lash. If you can get each lash coated, then you're going to have a much, much thicker volume look to your eyelashes. And it's also going to look a lot more natural than piling on coat after coat after coat. That to me just doesn't look very natural. Then it gets to be looking really cakey and unflattering. Do the same on this side. Start at the bottom. So we are at the weekend. I hope that you take the next 2 days of your weekend and do some decompressing. One of the things about skincare that's so important is giving your face time without makeup. Now, I understand we're all busy and we all have things going at the weekend, but if you're not going out on an evening and you're just at home, you've had makeup on through the day, you're not going anywhere for the remainder of the evening, before you get to the point where you're going to go to bed, after dinner, just go wash your face off and give your face time to breathe. People get into trouble with their complexion when they don't wash their face correctly, and then they leave sediment on their face which gets into their pores, and that's when you start to have trouble with your complexion. So it's always a good idea, of course, every day wash your face. Don't ever sleep in your makeup. That's a no-no. That is really bad for your skin. And then try to give your skin some time with no makeup throughout the weekend. Just time for it to breathe. Alright, looks good. Now I'm not going to reload the mascara wand. I'm just going to come down and do the bottom lashes with the remaining product. For me, I don't like a really heavy mascara line at the bottom. I don't think it looks natural on me. It may look great on you, and if it does, go for it. But for me, it's not a look that I like. Alright. This product is amazing. I mean, truly amazing. It looks like I'm wearing false lashes, and I am not. I mean, that's amazing. I think this product was $12, if I'm not mistaken, at Sephora. Well worth the investment. I didn't think anybody was going to ever surpass my feeling for the e.l.f. product, but this one is on the money. It really, really is. Alright, let's see how we're looking. Put my eyeballs on so I can see if I've missed anything. Don't think so. So that's it for this Friday. Thanks for stopping in while we get ourselves ready for TGIF. I hope wherever you are and whatever industry you are in, that you get out there today and just have a fantastic day. Hit your grand slam today. Just go for it. And be as successful as you can. Be confident in yourself. You know, one of the things I really believe in, and why I do this every day, even if I'm not going anywhere, I make the effort to get up and put myself together, do my hair, do my makeup, because it just gives me the confidence that I need throughout my day. Even if I'm not meeting anybody, I feel confident, I feel good, I feel like I look good. And so that's a huge part of, for a female anyways, a huge part of our psyche is that we want to look good, and when we look good, we feel good, and when we feel good, we have a better outlook and a better attitude. So take the 20 minutes to get yourself together every morning. I promise you, you will not be disappointed, because it just sets you up for the day. You never know what's going to happen throughout your day too, because remember this, you have 10 seconds to make an all-important first impression. So let's say you didn't put yourself together, and then you got a request for a Zoom call from this client that you've been trying for over a year to land, and you get a request for a Zoom call, and you are not ready. Because who's going to take a Zoom call with their hair undone and their makeup undone, especially when you are trying to land that great white shark of an account? You're not. So you never know. 10 seconds is all you have to make a first impression, and you never get it back either. So don't squander any opportunity. Take the time every morning just to put yourself together. I promise you, you will feel better. You'll have a more productive day. And more importantly, you'll feel good about yourself. And that's half the battle in our life, is feeling good about ourselves. So have a wonderful Friday. Thank you for stopping in this Friday morning with me. This is Carrie from down in Texas. Thank you again, everyone, for your wonderful messages of support and concern for my husband. He is doing remarkably well, and I really appreciate you taking the time to send me messages of support. We don't know each other. We just have this connection online, and I very much appreciate that you take your time to send me a message. We are all very, very busy. So thank you. Have a great day. Make sure you hit the bell so you know the next time that I post a video. And please join us here. Let's join the community by liking and subscribing, because my channels across the board through all my social media is designed to help you and I and all of us have our very best life, live it successfully, have it all at any age. Age is just a number. That's it. It's just a number. It's one day at the beginning of your life that we celebrate every year, but it's just a number. It doesn't define you. You're never too old or too young to go and chase a dream that you've been wanting and you've missed out on, or you're just beginning. You're never too old and you're never too young. It is just a number. That's it. It's just a number. And it doesn't define who you are either. Remember that. So have a great Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend. Get some decompression. Get off social media for at least an hour during the weekend. It's really important. Go watch the Social Media Experiment. And I promise you, if you watch that, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, that you need time to decompress. And our kids really need time to decompress off social media. Food for thought. Have a great day. This is Carrie from Texas, and I'll catch you in my next video. God bless.